Have you watched the clip on YouTube?
I watched it the first night.
Yeah.
In matter of fact, I think you were the first one to post
Yeah.
the
Okay.
entire
Yeah.
clip on Facebook. So yeah, I watched it once. Now I tell you what, I'll watch a lot.
Mm-hmm.
There's a point when I'm introduced, and I walk up to the mic, and I take the mic out of the stand. Just that part. I have such a smile on my face, and I look so relaxed. And I watch that to tell myself, that's how I need to be any and every show.
Right.
And I look at that and I go, where the hell, or how the hell did you get that? Because I'm nervous before every show.
Right.
Big shows, small shows, 5 minutes at a bar, or 30 minutes at the Improv. I'm always a little nervous and anxious. For some reason that night, that show, completely relaxed. No explanation as to why. But I watched that part.
Yeah.
The whole thing with me pacing up and down
Yeah.
the sidewalk and all that, I watched that once, and I wasn't real impressed with that whole.
So that whole thing, because I know there's show like the little montage before where you like flick the notebook, and I'm like, that's Ant. Like I know that's you, and but I was wondering how much of that was kind of TV magic, where they kind of make
Most
you
of it.
pace around and look around. Yeah.
Pace again. Now pace with your sweatshirt off.
Right.
Now pace with the jacket on.
Well, because
Now pace this way.
and there's one where they're like 20 minutes till you're on, Andy, and then you're like, what did you say? And I'm like,
Yeah.
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 Some of it was, quite a bit of it was
Yeah.
contrived, as you know.
Right.
The outfit I was wearing on the show, actually, I think it might have been this sweatshirt.
I think it is that sweatshirt. Yeah.
and some gray slacks. The only reason I had a sweatshirt on was because when I went down to the George R. Brown, which is the convention center in Houston, to audition, I had that on, and they had me do some shtick and talking to other contestants, and they wanted me to wear, and that was in December. The reason I had a sweatshirt on is because it was in December. I was cold, right, going down there. So they wanted me to wear the same outfit in March in Los Angeles,
right.
to somehow, for some reason, give the impression that this was all one seamless journey from auditioning to being on the show, which is nonsense. I don't know that it would make any difference to people, the audience at home, knowing that, well, okay, he auditioned at the George R. Brown, and then, a couple of months passed, and now he's in
You
Los
just never
Angeles.
change clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just...
How sad is that? That should have been my hook.
Yeah.
That I was just so down and out that I only had one
This
outfit.
is well, and now you're wearing it again.
Yeah.
So, no.
Well, I got jeans though
Oh, there
now
you go.
instead
That's
of the
true.
gray slacks.
So so I've been watching. It has 700,000 views now
really?
on YouTube. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really big, and all the comments are actually for YouTube really positive.
You know what was funny when I need to check out the YouTube one. The one on Facebook, they posted the taping, and then there were comments after it, and it was like, "Oh man, it was pretty funny." Then 10 comments about what an idiot Mel B is, and then another compliment for me. Then another 10 comments for, and I was tempted to jump on there and go, "Hey guys, this is kind of about me. Could we talk?
Right.
Could you talk about me a little bit instead of Mel B?"
Well, and that's basically how all the YouTube comments are as well. It's about how good your set was, and then also how dense Mel B is. How did you? Because they show a little brief clip of your reaction that when she was like, "I just don't get it."
Yeah.
Like what were you thinking when she said that?
I wasn't sure what's not to get. So I was puzzled that she didn't get it, and then I was like, well, maybe she doesn't get why I'm doing well. Maybe that was it, because we both watch comics, and they're killing, and we're going, I don't get it.
Right.
So maybe that's what she meant, or maybe I kind of think she was trying to give the impression, and it might have been contrived on her part just to stir things up, that she didn't understand the jokes.
Right.
But
if that was...
Yeah, that I don't know.
I mean, it wasn't...
Yeah, that puzzled me.
Right.
That puzzled me. But
so for that, I was watching it, and I was watching it again. It's been a while since I had seen it. And so how did you pick that set? Like when you're like, this is the set that I'm going to do. And so I'll give you a little bit on mine. Is I had actually, this was like 6 years ago, they had auditions here in town, and somebody knew somebody, so I had applied to do comedy.
Yeah.
And they actually called me, and they were like, well, we're going to give you they only give you 1 minute to
Yeah.
do your audition,
Yeah.
so you don't even worry about it because
Yeah.
it's kind of pointless. So how long did you actually have to do?
They cut. I don't know how long that clip is. There's like 4 or 5 jokes. They cut 2 of them. I remember. So it's probably about between a minute, about a minute and a half, say maybe
Yeah.
closer to 2. What happened was a producer saw a tape of me on the internet, and he liked the sex related material. So he thought it was funny, somebody my age talking about sex. And so he called me up. He wanted me to do that. I got assigned a specific producer, and she didn't want to do that. She wanted to do some jokes, other jokes that, okay, I can do. You know, I like all my jokes. They're all pretty strong. So fine. And then she went to her producers, and they said, no. We want the sex jokes.
Right.
I said, okay. Fine.
Well,
so that the producers decided it, and at one point, the one joke I did was I used the word orgasm, and I asked Lisa, who was the producer, I said, "You were emphasizing before that this is a family show. Are they going to let me say that?" And she said, "I'll ask." And she came back and said, "Yes, go ahead and do the joke, and if we decide to bleep it, we'll bleep it."
That's kind of what I was thinking when I watched it. Is like, comedy is kind of, but for that show,
Yeah.
like watching that, I was like, they're gonna let Andy go on that, like, because you see comics on there and they're all like, you have a magician doing a little something, or like a 5-year-old girl singing a song or something, and then you came out and just like did your set, and I was like, man.
Well, and again, back to the comments on the tapes itself, there were about the one I read on the Facebook. There were about 3 or 4 women that came on and were really upset with the material.
Yeah.
I had to hold my son's ears when he was doing.
Yeah, I did see that one too. Yeah, I saw
something
that.
like that. There are about 3 or 4, and as it happens, the people that were part of the thread kind of pushed back real hard, saying, "Come on."
Yeah.
So.
I mean, it
But
wasn't anything particularly,
Nah. And I don't watch primetime TV, so I don't know
right.
what's permissible. From what I gathered, I'm guessing that's not the first time the word orgasm has been heard on primetime.
Right.
Now, maybe on that show, since they do.
Probably on that show.
But-
yeah. But I mean, sometimes they show people having sex on
yeah,
these primetime shows, or
Well,
whatever.
Yeah, so, the nation survived.
Yeah, we continue.
The show
we're
wasn't
still,
canceled.
yeah.
There were no demonstrations, so.
So that's cool.
Yeah, so the producers, we went back and forth, and the producers ultimately decided, let them do those jokes.
Yeah.